Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you all for being here. Today we're gonna be talking about 10 games, 10 video games you wouldn't want to miss out on, that are all gonna be released in February. There's no reason to miss out on these 10 beautiful games if you do own a PC, a PlayStation console, an Xbox console, and last but not least, of course, Nintendo Switch. I promise you. Here we go. Obviously, at number 1, we have Dying Light 2 Stay Human for 2 reasons. First of all, Dying Light 2 is right now sitting on Steam as the second most wished-to-sit game of 2021 and 2022 so far. Second of all, it'll be the first game to be released in February, and that'll be 4th. Now, here is why I do love Dying Light 2 so much. Right now, it is literally one of the most fun games you could play if you like open world games. If you do like your open world games with zombies in them, if you do appreciate a good plot, a really good story to go with your games, this is, in my opinion, your best bet. Dying Light 2 Stay Human releases February 4th, like I mentioned, on basically every single platforms except Nintendo Switch, which will actually be released via the cloud service in about 6 months after its initial release. At number 2 obviously comes Elden Ring. Well, let me just say, if you do appreciate the concept of a game being an open world more than anything, you might want to go with Elden Ring instead of Dying Light 2. This is a fantasy, action, RPG, adventure, open world, just a mishmash of so many things by one of the greatest publishers, developers. You already seen how this game even looks like. I mean, the same dude who wrote Game of Thrones story is just behind this. It might as well be the biggest game to release for the past few years if we're considering every single game. Elden Ring releases February 25 into PCs, the PlayStation, and also the Xbox consoles too. At number 3 comes Horizon Forbidden West. Personally speaking, I'm kind of ashamed to admit it, but I've never played a Horizon first game. I did play the game, I just didn't finish it. I do really appreciate its graphics and the plot of the whole thing. I really do like its aesthetic and the cast of characters. Personally speaking, I just didn't have the time to play this game. So if you do still appreciate open world games and into a future setting, I mean, basically, if you did play the first game, there's no reason you would want to miss out on Horizon Forbidden West. This is how this game really looks like. With that said, Horizon Forbidden West is a PlayStation exclusive. It is coming to both PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 February 18th this year. This is crazy. At number 4 comes Crossfire X. This is literally the most underrated first-person shooter for an entire day. I don't even know why people aren't talking about this game. Look at the graphics. I'm still not 100% sure, but I do believe it's a free-to-play first-person shooter. It comes with some of the most amazing graphics out of any game. And believe it or not, the first game in the series was one of the most played games ever. Crossfire X, however, is a Microsoft exclusive. It'll be coming to Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S February 10th. Coming behind that at number 5. Technically speaking, you don't really need to wait 4 more years to play Diablo 4. You will be able to play one of the most successful Diablo-inspired MMORPGs of the last freaking decade. Lost Ark was actually released a couple of years ago, but into the Eastern region. After all that wait, it is now making its way to the Western region, basically worldwide, on February 11th, and it'll be packed with content. It's good, music's amazing, the puzzles are really good. I mean, there's puzzles, for Christ's sake. I wouldn't want to start playing the game unless I had hundreds of hours, but if I did, I swear to God, this would be the first game I would actually go for. At number 6, we have Sifu. That's not seafood, we're talking about Kung Fu. Now, I would like to compare this game with something so you can get a better idea of what this thing is, but this game in its entirety is just so unique that would be kind of unfair. Here's the thing. Remember this game called God Hand? From all the way back, maybe 15 years ago, that was one of my favorite games. Sifu? I have reason to believe it's like 10 times better than that one. I feel like I'm being unfair with that comparison, but this game looks really good, and it's, if you grow up watching Bruce Lee movies, it's just, I don't know, man. Stuff, if you're old like me, take a look at it. I have reason to believe you're gonna love this one. Sifu, coming behind Dying Light, releases February 8th and into the PCs and the PlayStation consoles. Coming behind that at number 7, SNK is right now literally killing it with the constant characters released for the game. King of Fighters 15 is one of the most anticipated and longest awaited fighting games since 6 years ago. This one, in addition to the graphics that have actually shifted from two-dimensional to a not so much appreciated 3D now, is actually going to be available to play online, so that might sort of make up for the whole thing. I am not a big fan of the whole 3D thing, but at the same time I do believe that this was a really necessary choice that they had to make, so it's all good. King of Fighters 15 by SNK releases February 17th and into the PlayStation consoles, Xbox consoles, and also the PCs. At number 8 it is Grid Legends. I'm not supposed to be that selfish, I do know, but I don't really have a huge passion for racing games. But this is different. It is actually the one and only really long-awaited racing game from Codemasters. What's described as the racing game with the most huge story mode out of the whole racing scene. That is with the 4K support and an online multiplayer, something I believe the series didn't include before. Grid Legends is on its way to basically every single platform come February 25, and there is a lot of hype around it. Coming up behind that at number 9, there is Martha, which is dead. So it is the year 1944, and here's the thing about Martha's Dead. Most of gaming enthusiasts believe that this will be a horror game, but not really. Martha's is actually described as a psychological thriller game. It is not a horror game, it's a thriller game. Well, the thing is that not much is known about this game so far, except the fact that it'll be a story-driven, it's a multi-layered game with a really good plot about this particular Martha who's found drowned. I'm really excited about this game. I don't know what it'll be, that's what's making me excited about it. I don't know, I actually don't know what to think. Anyway, you go and let me know what you think this is. Martha's Dead has a release date of 24th of February, and it is coming to also every single platform in addition to PCs. Not the Nintendo Switch. And finally, at number 10 we have Total War Warhammer 3. Now I don't know why this game comes at last, but Total War Warhammer 3 is actually a huge game, which if you have been actually keeping an eye out for, you probably do know it'll be one of the biggest strategy games of 2022, if not the biggest. Personally speaking, when it comes to strategy games, I just can't wait for the new Knights of Honor Sovereign, which is a long time since it was teased, but that's not relevant at all, so it goes like this. If you do enjoy strategy games that come visually stunning, that is in case you are new to the Warhammer series, you might want to keep an eye out for this one. Total War Warhammer 3 releases February 17th and obviously into PCs only. Okay, so that's 10 games. I'm gonna go ahead and leave just 10 more games down in the description, probably 10 games because they do really deserve to be mentioned, which I didn't. Thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Peace.